Gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Tuesday at Two Lines. Hopefully everyone is having a fantastic Tuesday. Yeah, we made it to another week. So I hope you're doing well. And I don't know what's on slate for tonight. Thought, we'll see what the chat wants to talk about. But we've had guests the last few weeks. And this week we don't. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a boring Tuesday at Two Lines. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the track is fairly clean. We could always run some laps. Talk about a few cars that I've been running a lot lately. Just really been kind of addicted to a handful of slot cars. And so maybe we'll talk about that. Also, one of the things I do want to announce is I've already put the link out there for next week, next Tuesday. The Spirit of America race team is going to be a part of it. We're going to do their raffle. So you have, I believe, through Sunday to get a raffle ticket. And then on Tuesday night, we're going to give all those cars away. And so Paul and I were talking today about how we were going to do that. And I believe what's going to happen is we're just going to put everybody's name for every ticket that they purchased in a great big spin wheel. And we're going to spin the wheel and your number pops up. And then they're going to match that up against the spreadsheet with your names on it. But we looked at a couple other things. Maybe we found one that you can actually put the names in, and it'll actually pick the name right on the screen. So we'll do that. But that will be next Tuesday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. That'll be for the Spirit of America race team raffle. So if you got raffle tickets, that's pretty much what that show's going to be. Is we have a ton of cars. It's like I think it counted like 22 cars. And who knows what we'll have by the end. We've got some great cars. Thunderslot donated a car. Harry Wise, shout out to Home Racing World. Harry was super generous and came up with a whole car package to donate to the team, which I thought was phenomenal. He's a fantastic guy, and Home Racing World is such an integral part of this hobby. Online, whether it's Facebook or the forums, it's super important, and I appreciate that Harry was willing to jump in and really help the team out. So that's a wonderful prize package. If you end up winning that will be awesome. There's like a 3-pack of Fly GT40s set, which it looks really, really cool. It's like the Steve McQueen set. I don't know. If you go out to Home Racing World and search for Spirit of America, actually, the link is in the description of next week's live stream. I already have that up. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully we'll have a few of the guys from the team on line to be a part of that. And we can talk to them a little about their trip to Italy. Some things that I know that are coming up. In June, I've been talking to Oliver about a digital race that will be at this big car museum, and they're going to have a big digital race, and hopefully I'm going to be able to go up and live stream the race for you guys and provide some commentary. So I'm kind of working on that, trying to work it out on my schedule to make sure I can get up there for that. It'll be up in Michigan, and the more details will be coming out. Oliver is going to post a flyer and all the information about that race. And I already know some guys that are going to go race in it. So rumor has it that Warren from Light Tech, MP from Massimo from MP Slot Cars, and I forget who else he said. There was one of their it's an digital endurance race, and there are 3 people on a team, I think. And so there are some guys that are already putting a team together. So that's pretty exciting. So hopefully we'll get to do that. We do know that the WRE in Italy, the NSR 24-hour race is coming up at the end of this month. So at the end of May, 1st of June, it rolls over like the 31st and the 1st. So that's coming up. Yeah, there's some exciting things. We know there's a big scale auto race out west at Electric Dreams. We know that the Eastern Nationals and the Western Nationals for NSR are coming up this fall, actually in November. So there's a full slate of racing. There's a big scale auto endurance race in Michigan in September. So if you're into racing, you want to check these out. There'll be information out there, and as more information comes out, I'll share it for sure on Tuesday nights. So let's take a look at the chat and see who we have in tonight. We have Gary. Welcome, Gary. We have Chris. Thanks, Frater, for tuning in. Mark Cunningham, good evening. White Wolf is in the house. Rob is in the house. Rob, thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. Chris is spending his birthday with us. Happy birthday. Shout out to Chris and shout out to Ian Douglas, who has a birthday today. So happy birthday, Ian. HSF is in the house. What's up? Shady Dave's RC channel. Hello. Shotgun Dave. Dave, speaking of Shotgun Dave, I have been getting some more laps and some more fine tuning of the Three Amigos 3D printed slot cars. Yeah, I think these are super popular. They released the Mustang. They've got some options out there. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But Dave, thanks for tuning in tonight, man. Dave is going to be on Eric Wildman, his live stream with with Shane Hughes. So Yuzi's going to be on there with Shotgun Dave and Eric on Thursday night. So tune into that live stream. That will be great. So who else? We got the Fingers in the house. Hello. John, thanks for being here. Mark from Slot Journal, thanks for being here tonight. Jim Rose. Jim watched some live streaming from Motown. Again, great job, great coverage. You guys just each time the coverage gets better and better and better, and it does make me a little jealous of what you guys got going on out there. Seems like a great culture, and you guys are having a lot of fun and doing a lot of racing. So around here, the racing kind of dies off over the summer. Usually we wrap the race season up in March, so I appreciate it having some racing to watch. So well done. Look at that. Joe, buddy. Every Monday night, Joe has a live stream where his wife just kicks his butt on the track. And, yeah, George. I just got a text from George asking if I'm going to go live tonight. Guys, let me know in the chat. Am I live? Is everything good? Am I in the wrong? Is something going on? Let me respond to George. I'm live, George. George went to the post I already put out there for the 13th. So, but Joe, yeah, get some good practice in, buddy. maybe you need to sabotage Jen's car. I don't know. But she's getting good. She's getting fast. Here's the thing. She has a little more patience than you do. When you get on the track with her, you press. And she just puts in laps. But it's fun to watch. So check out Herrera's Carrera on Monday nights, his live stream. It's a great time. They have a lot of fun. Good people. Good people. So, Joe, thanks for hosting that each Monday. I look forward to I caught it late last night. I had a bunch of stuff going on, but it was fun. So, Rob, happy Wednesday from the UK. I guess it would be Wednesday already in the UK, Rob. Just after midnight, right? Or is it 1 a.m.? Pretty late. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Patrick is in the house. Hello, Patrick. Greg. Hello, Greg. The May 13th one got me. Yeah, I think that's what got George too, because he just sent me a message. So yeah, I put 2 posts out there. I usually don't post that far ahead, but I wanted to make sure that we got the post out there and the link so we could share that at Home Racing World in the forums for next week's live stream for the raffle, so guys would know. So I don't normally do that because of the confusion that it creates. So sorry about that, Greg. KR Bridges, welcome. KR, it got cold the last couple days, and I wore my my beanie from Tailspin last night when I went for a walk. So it said upcoming, and I jumped in. There you go. Yeah, there's 2 poaches. Hey, John Tucci. Hey, Slightly Mad. Thanks for being here, guys. This is great. I don't know what we want to talk about tonight. I really didn't come with a big plan. I've just got a few things that I wanted to touch on. Maybe I run some laps. Maybe we'll just talk about what is your favorite slot car that you're racing right now. I know there's a bunch of Greg and I were talking a little bit ago, earlier tonight, about some testing that he's been doing. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. So if I missed anybody, I apologize. Hey, Kevin Jones, welcome. Hey, Greg from Clearwater. Good to have you. Steve Sweeney. Steve, congratulations on your B-Main top spot. Well done over the weekend. Saw your post. Congratulations. Let's see. Who else do we have? Make sure. Hey, Harry. Everyone hello from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I need to get over to Lancaster. So we have a Lancaster, Ohio, but in Pennsylvania it's Lancaster. But there is a theater over in Lancaster that I would love to get over to see. They do Bible-based musicals, and the production quality is out of sight. And so, yeah, I got an invite to come over and tour the theater from somebody that's in our chat most Tuesday nights, which has been fun. So, really cool. So, hey, Nick. Good evening, Dusty. I'll be lurking in the background, working in the shop. I thought maybe Dusty and John Mark might show up tonight since I didn't have a guest. They may jump on the track, but everybody's busy, so I get it. Yep, John Albright. Running without my goggles. I put my contacts in for some reason today, and mainly I usually do that when I'm playing sports, like pickleball or something, playing some soccer. And for some reason, I just got up and put them on. And I thought maybe we'd get some sun today so I could wear my sunglasses. I got a new pair of sunglasses. I bought a pair of sunglasses online that are like Matt Damon's in Ford versus Ferrari, because those were pretty cool. The champagne colored with the green lenses. So I bought a set of those. And so I thought, I'm going to wear my sunglasses today. And of course, it rained most of the day. So it was a no-go. Uh, Chris says, pick me, pick me. Are you talking about the raffle? Yeah, I know, man. There's some great cars. Hey, Rob. Kurt. Hi, Team Grizzly. Marty, Dusty, hello. Hey, Kurt. Welcome, man. Glad you're tuning in tonight. Yep. You guys are still on the Michigan 24 win high. That was fun. I appreciate you guys jumping on there a couple weeks ago. That was a good time. Hey, Harry. Harry's up late. Ernest is in the house. Hopefully, Colt is running some slot cars on your track, having some fun. Who else do we have? So I guess there's Dungeon Racer. Howdy. Hey, Dickie. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. I think we found out this was B-Rad, right? So welcome, B-Rad. Thanks for joining. Dickie's going to make me self-conscious of my hair. I was out running before the live stream. Rob says that's a great museum. Yeah, Rob. They're going to host a digital race at the museum. Off the top of my head, I'm losing the name of it, but it's a really, really cool place. I did some research on it online, and it would be awesome to get up there. Steve, roast coffee. That's right. Actually, met my wife for roast coffee last night after work. Hey, Marty. James, Reds not too hot lately. Yeah, James, I knew it wouldn't last, buddy. The Reds are not that good. It's actually Marty, Ford, Indiana, but don't want to steal the Ford Thunder. Like to see some cars run on that track tonight. Marty, yeah, I think I will. I'll run some cars. But before we jump in there, the MRSLOTCAR Challenge at Motown is less than 2 weeks away. Yeah, Jim, I know. I'm sure you guys are going to live stream that. We'll be tuning in. I am trying to figure out how to get out there later for the maybe I get out there for the slot at Nationals. I would like to do that. We'll see. Todd was working on me after the live stream the other night a little bit. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Jim, do you have your cars ready? That's one of the things I did want to talk about is it looks like there's lots of news from the MRSLOTCAR camp about potential cars being released, and so that's really good to see. A lot of pictures have been posted. It'd be cool to hopefully those get to deliver. Steve Holzman. Building a track after the grass cutting, of course. Steve, I got my grass cut last night right before it rained, so I'm in good shape. Steve, so I'll have to share this, Steve. Hope okay, not to steal your thunder, but it is going to make me have to go back to your place. Steve, I did a video about Steve's track. Went down there last year and did some racing. It's called the Brown Bison Raceway. And it is a beautiful Carrera 2-lane track. And he ripped it up last weekend. And so it's one of my most popular videos I've ever put out. And I still get comments and people viewing it every day, it seems like. And I'm having to break the news to people that Steve actually dismantled that track to build a 4-lane scale auto. So, but hopefully we know Steve. He is a perfectionist, and he will build a fantastic layout. So I'm curious to see what it looks like when it's done, when he's all finished, and then we'll get down there and we'll do an update video about that. George, I think you found us. That's so funny. Too funny. Yep, Scale Auto 4-lane. Daniel, good to have you, buddy. Thanks for joining. Well, I feel like I've done a bunch of shout-outs. I think I've got to everybody. Area 51 Raceway happens to the best of us. It's all right, George. Hey, Ryan. Good evening. So Ryan and I, we've been talking back and forth on some comments on some of his videos. Ryan feel like he's building a new layout every couple weeks, and I have to give him credit for that because I know what it's like to build a layout, to think about it, to design it, to put all that together. That's a lot of work, and so Ryan's doing a great job. But the other thing, Ryan has been sneaking off and going to a commercial track and doing having a little bit of fun racing some 124 scale cars, and so I can't wait till he puts out a video about that experience because I think that he's really enjoying that. So Ryan, hey, thanks for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you, man. Nice hair. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it is sticking up a little bit. Thanks, Dickie, for pointing that out. Yes, it was amazing tire NSR released. Yeah, so let's talk about that since Greg brought it up. So I've been talking about some of the cars that I've been running, and I will be honest with you, I have been running the crap out of this car. This is the NSR Lola. Done a little bit of tuning. I did a tuning video, which is funny. When this car came out, there were lots of videos, and I think because there was so much going on, my baseline tune, my review video hasn't really had a lot of traffic because I just think there's so many videos on it out there. But I will say that I've done some tweaks since that video that have really made this car really, really good. Now, I am on Carrera track, and the one thing I'm still on the stock guide. And if you look at my other NSR cars, I've switched to the NSR wood guide on. So my 908 and my C8 Corvette. And I will tell you, this car is right there with my 908. My C8 is just a touch faster, and I just think it has to do with how well the motors are broke in on those other two cars compared to this car. But I'm starting to get some laps. But interesting, Greg and I were talking about the new zero graining tires that NSR released that are really made for plastic track. And so Greg was talking about how he's been testing to go to the WRE to race, the 24-hour race, and he has set up a 4-lane polycar. It's basically the small polycar 4-lane set that you can get online. And he was showing me some footage over the weekend of doing some testing. He had Steve and Andy and Josh and a couple other people over to run some laps and test on it. And the zero graining tires from NSR on Scale Auto and on Polycar seem to be the rubber tire. But it doesn't look like, so I mean, NSR made this tire specific for plastic track, but it really sounds like it's really made specific for Polycar and Scale Auto plastic track, because Greg says that the tires do not perform well on his scaly track, and he felt like I would have the same issue on my Carrera. So I'm going to place an order probably later tonight and order some of those in and do some testing. Now, you guys know that I run silicone tires on this track because we run silicone at just about every track that we go to in the area. Switching to rubber would be, an interesting switch for us. But it might be worth it to test those tires to see how good they are on Carrera. But it sounds like, I don't know if anybody else has any other experience on plastic track with those tires, but it looks like those tires are made for Polycar and Scale Autoed. So we'll find out. But I've been running this car. I'm getting some laps on the set of super tires that I have on this. And it appears that when the tires were brand new, I was getting a little too much grip. But now that I've got a couple thousand laps or more on this car, as the motor's breaking in, the car keeps getting faster and faster. So I don't know if that's what you're finding out with your Lolas, because I know a lot of people have them. The other thing we found out, thanks to Mr. Albright posting about it, it looks like the yellow Lola liveries are going to deliver at the end of the month. And I have one of the red liveries pre-ordered, but not one of the yellow. But the more I look at those yellow cars, this car is such a good car, I may have to pick one of those up. So anybody else have any experience with the zero graining tires from NSR? If you have, put them in the chat so we can talk about it. Hey, Oscar, there we go. We're running those slot invasion guides on just about everything, except for our NSR Nationals cars. The only ones that we have the NSR guides. I have the NSR guides on. So if you need guides for your car and other slot car parts, check out Oscar's page, Slot Invasion USA. Great website, great guides. Yep, couldn't recommend them anymore. They're so good, good stuff. So Oscar, thanks for what you do, man. We appreciate it. Who else? Hey, Jeffrey Powers. Jeffrey sent me a message. He is building a track, and I think he posted some pictures of it online and Facebook. So there's Troy. Hey, Troy. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, the NSR slip-on, no graining tires are game changers. So Steve agrees that those tires. But see, I don't know. I've not heard anybody say about what their performance is like on Carrera, so I don't have any to try, or we'd be testing them. I'm just really curious to see how those go. Currently loving my first NSR 908. You were right, Marty, about this thing. It's a weapon. So, Mark, this is a stock 908. Outside of the fact that this is the tuning I've done to it, I put, because I want to be able to take this to the Nationals, and I want it to be a legal car. So I've got the NSR wood guide on it, the deep guide. I have the fronts up about as high as they'll go. And then I swapped it out with screws. So the pod screws are the wide head 4366s, I think that's the number. And then the small headed screws I'm using for the body screws, and those are like the 4368s. Don't quote me on those part numbers. I'm horrible at remembering that stuff. And a lot of body float. And you're right, Mark. These they are fantastic. I love it. So this car, I consistently 6.8s, 6.9s when the track's clean and warm. And this is right there at 6.9s. I ran a 6.8 earlier tonight, just before we came live with the Lola. So those are so close. And then I can get down in the 6.7s on a good night with the Corvette. But I just think that it's broke in so well. It's got lots and lots of laps. So Mark, yep, I agree. Great choice with the 908. Great cars. And these seem to be the cars that I'm running a lot right now. I'm running a ton of laps with this, with the Three Amigos 3D printed Challenger. But outside of that, I've been doing some laps with the Miata. and then my Shell Marcos, the Revo slot. But for the most part, I'm picking up one of these 3 cars all the time. So what are some of the cars that you are really obsessed with, if you want to say that? I mean, we could take a look at the at this car a little closer. You can kind of see what I've done. You can see how my braid's set up. I've got a little bit of tape across the front of the pod. We've got quite a bit of body float. And then the chassis screws, you can see what kind of pod movement I have. So I pretty much have the front screw snug, and I'm out. They're not quite, well, I guess they are flush with the chassis, these two. And then I've got probably 2 millimeter of body float. I forgot which camera I was pointing at. A lot of body float. And this car is a rocket. But you can tell the fronts are off. And they're not touching. And on the plastic track, on the Carrera track with the NSR cars, I feel like you can get away with that. Yeah, great car. Really love my 908. And then when I compare that to the Lola, I've got a little more body float. Fronts are set up the same. The one thing I have done with the fronts is I have put the zero grip, low profile NSR front tires on this. They've not been trued, mainly because they do not touch the track. Braids are set up exactly the same way. Again, this is the stock guide, and I've been having really good luck with it. Super tires, because I'm running silicones, and no tape at this point. And my motor pod is sort of the same type of setup. I've got some up and down movement, a touch of right to left, but no forward back, because I've got that front snug. And then I'm running the smaller headed screws to make sure I've got plenty of body float. One of the things I do is I take a 1/8 inch drill bit, and I open all those holes up and make sure that they're clear of any burrs. And then I go around the pod and make sure that the pod is nice and smooth, and there's nothing touching, just so that we make sure that we get the pod to move the way we want it to move. And so that's that. So these are the cars. I really have been trapped in running laps with these cars. They're so good. Everyone definitely needs to try them. So easy to slip them on and go. Yeah, Steve, I think I need to order some. Scale Auto also makes the slip-on rubber tires. No truing needed. No glue needed. And it's pronounced the same as Ohio. Don't pronounce it Lancaster to any. So it is Lancaster, Troy? That's Ohioans are pronouncing it wrong, because we were always told that it was Lancaster, not Lancaster. In Ohio, it's Lang, almost Lang, Lancaster. Lancaster. Yeah. Harry, Lancaster and Pennsylvania pronounced the same as yours. Troy and I raced together. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. You guys get to race together. But so that is so people lie to us, because people always say that it's pronounced different. Good to know. A real shame what happens to Gugu during COVID. I'm not sure, Vin. I must have missed what you were referring to. Carrie Weiss, welcome. Good to have you. Carrie's out in Arizona. Has a great wood modified oval. It's great stuff. It's an all-year high, Marty, about winning the 20. That's right, Greg. You guys get to carry that around all year long until next year when you guys all have a bullseye on your back. Hey, Bill. Good to have you. Oscar, thank you. Gilmore. The Gilmore Museum. I was racking my brain. I couldn't remember, and I didn't have time to go Google it. Show us your S&A mug you made. Steve was a little jealous of my Spirit of America coffee mug. That's funny. Hey, Tad. Tad, are you in any scratch builds right now? Hey, 87 people watching. That's awesome. 37 likes, 1 thumbs down. Gotta love it. Photochromics, different pairs. Dickie, I made one too, but it says solo on two. Oh, the hair comment came from your son. That's great. It is it's a little wild. My MRSLOTCAR Jag is faster than my NSR C8 GT3. Wow. So I had those Jags that are now shipping. I had those 3 here for a few days, and I sent them off to Jim when I was done. Those are really good cars. I really, again, I didn't want to put a lot of laps on them. I really only ran one of them because I didn't want to hurt anything. I didn't want to break anything. So I didn't really get a chance to test them. Now, I have a couple. My shadows both run really, really good. And I have an MRSLOTCAR 333, and this car used to run really good, and something has happened to the motor. And so I need to order a new motor for it. But I really like that car. But I would not have guessed that it was faster than your C8. That's impressive. But will we ever see the MRC1? So, Chris, yes, we will. I mean, one, there's a bunch of pre-orders for it, right? So a lot of people have committed to that car, and we've already seen some other prototypes that they've shown that we talked about a couple weeks ago. But it looks like Ernie has them on display at his place up in Toronto, Toronto Race Center, I think is the name of his place. It is forever memorialized. But yeah, Chris, I know we'll see the C1. And John Albright says we just need to be patient because he waited a long time for the slotted Chaparral. And he's right. I think they're using a factory over in China, and things are real iffy right now, with the tariffs and what those are going to be and how long they're going to last. And so I would say we might be hard pressed to see cars from even the big manufacturers just because of cost of getting them in the States. And so, we might miss some of the 2025 releases from Carrera. We might miss, we might have to wait a little while for some of these cars to make it in the States. And we'll just have to be patient. So it'll get here, Chris. It'll get here. I mean, we know that they were in production. We know that they're close. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're waiting on, but my guess is just the factory, it's just taking them longer to get those cars in production. And my guess is we could get the original C1 that was shown off the original livery and all the other ones at the same time, potentially. If it takes that long. Thanks, Dave. I'm tan. I hope you had a great vacation. Greg, I guess I better make my own mug as well to keep up with y'all. Well, I'm not going to rub it in, but, you know, it is a pretty sharp mug. Yeah, no problem, Ryan. Hope you're enjoying it, man. I'm excited for you. Hey, there's Jamal. Jamal, thanks for the T-shirt. The T-shirts, man. Hopefully you got your printer today, and that's what you're messing around with. I put a video out last night about Jamal's T-shirts in his store. Don't forget to go out there and check it out. If you're interested in some slot car oriented apparel, Jamal's kind of killing it. They look great. And I've got a couple T-shirts here from my brother if he ever gets out of his shop. So catch any fish, Tad. Oh, Ted, you went fishing. Nice. Patrick, I was just let you know, I was working on fast laps a little bit tonight to lay out. I want to do an update video because you have added some features and some things since the last video I did, and I know that you're getting pretty close. So I think there's a lot of people that are pretty excited about that. 35 salty. Hey everyone, dropping the pounds. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I haven't really talked much about that, but didn't have a great doctor's appointment about a month and a half ago. I guess it's almost 2 months ago now, and I had to make some changes, and so I'm finding zero joy in my eating at the moment. Sometimes you have to do that. So I've got a goal. I'm about, I don't know, I'm a little over halfway to my goal, so I'm going to keep at it. So thanks, appreciate it. But I do have some people like that see me on a daily basis that finally started saying, like, seeing it in my face. I think, well, when you have 60 pounds to lose, it becomes kind of obvious. You can't really hide that. So, but thanks, appreciate that. I'm working on it, man. Yeah, Dusty, you're right. That car just keeps getting better and better, and keep working on it. John got his Slot Cars of Atlanta t-shirts today. That's cool. Tad caught over 100 redfish. Woo. That's a lot of fish. Okay. Oh, nice. Jim sent me a picture of his MRSLOTCAR Jag. Let me see if I can pop that up on a screen. We can take a look at it. Browser. What's that going to bring up? Sometimes I forget how to do this. If I bring up the browser. I think I can change this, maybe. Oh wait, Cam Live. Overlay. New image overlay. There we go. Okay. I figured it out. Maybe I figured it out. Almost there, guys. I'm sorry. And downloads. There we go. So there is a picture of Jim Rose's MRSLOTCAR Jaguar that is faster than his NSR C8. That's a good looking car, Jim. Jim, what the green tires? What are you running there? Your rears. Yeah, that's a good looking car. I'm just curious what tires you're running on that. Okay. What else do we have? I don't fish anymore, but those are some Florida beaches I've never been on. I will say, to get the NSR tires to perform on smooth plastic track, just use the NSR tire conditioner, wipe it on, let it sit a bit, and they will be super grippy. Now, will that be allowed, Steve? Can you use that in your... Oh, Jalen, you get all your engines from your motors from Goo Goo Slots. Gotcha. Oscar, no red guides. Oscar, I told you, right here. I've got red guides. It's just on my NSRs. They're not legal guides to run in the Nationals race. As tires wear in, they true themselves and they get better and better. Yes, Dave, you are correct. Slot invasion guides are the best. You're welcome, Oscar. I always appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. I've got a bunch of cars to build before July. Might not finish them all. Vacation was awesome, but it puts me behind on builds. Yeah, Tad, you're right. I've got some builds. I've got a couple bodies over here I need to get painted. And then I need to get some chassis parts to build some chassis. So we have I have the same thing. Yeah, Dusty's right. If not, I can pull all my other cars out and show you the slot invasion guides on them. Yeah, Dusty's been working on Scale Auto. Any other cars that people are working on? So Jim's been working on MRSLOTCARs. Dickie's been working on, he picked up a hypercar. So he's been working on that. Hey, Michael Squire. Good evening, man. Chris Perry, I had no idea that much body is a good deal. So Chris, are you talking about float? It's going to depend on your track, right? But what's kind of come out of the racers in Spain is a lot of body float, and so we've kind of seen that kind of all over the place where people are adopting more and more body float. I think it can get to a place where you have too much, but you just gotta have to watch what the car does, and instead of that chassis rolling, you want the body to roll in through the turn. And so if that body can move, but sometimes it might be too much. But these lightweight NSR bodies, they tend to like a lot of float. So yeah, don't be afraid to try it. John says he's tested a rubber tire or two, have been putting the zero grain through their paces, and must say I'm impressed. Would imagine them to work just fine on career track. So John, are you conditioning those rubber tires? Because I know that I could see that if you did some conditioning, that would definitely help. Yeah, Dusty's prepping for the Scale Auto Endurance race. Hey, Pat, NSR C8 right now, I really love running them. Yeah, Pat, I agree. It's a great car. Is yours a sidewinder or an angle winder? Because I'm usually a sidewinder guy, but I really like the C8 in an angle winder. So I'm just curious what other people are doing. So Greg just sent me a picture. I'll put it up, Greg, if it's all right. Maybe I shouldn't. But he's got his Lola set up with probably just a hair more float. Maybe I should add more to my Lola. Yes, John Revo Albright, they run great on my career track. Up and down is good. Oh, yeah. Well, with the pod, George. Hey, David. Good day. I did not know that much up and down was good. Oh, gotcha, Chris. Forward, backward, good too. I've been taking some of that out of my pods, Steve, and just running the side to side, and I feel like my performance has been a touch better, but that's on my track. I don't have any elevation changes in my track, and so I don't know. I haven't seen the need for that. Tightening that front pod screw has been seems to work. That was a recommendation that Andrea made. Same here, but with something else. George. Jamie, happy birthday. We got a bunch of birthdays. Bought my first Legend last week. Our club runs them just for fun with open rules for mods. Vera 8, that's awesome. I'll show you my Legend. So here is one of my Legends, and this was sent to me by Joseph, and it is a fast little car. It runs great. So enjoy the Legends. They are a blast. I really do enjoy that class. And we love running them 4 wide on the track. Really, really good. Yep. Happy birthday, Chris and Jamie. Listening in at work. Can't see chat, unfortunately. Yeah, no problem, David. We know that it's morning over there, so I'm hanging there at work. What else? Mike, Little Shop of Hobbies. Good evening. Hey, Mike, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. It's a Secret Weber. Welcome. And yeah, good stuff. Slot Invasion and key to Legends is make sure the magnet is in correctly. So this is a no magnet car. We don't run magnets in our Legends. And at the club, I would have to change the guide back to the stock guide in this car. But this car, it runs so stinking good. I'd hate to change much on it. But yeah, the Legends are fun stuff. So what else do we have? Paul, thanks for the heads up on the copper tape. Thanks, John. We run non-mag. I just put Scale Auto guide in mine. That'll be a good guide in that car because it's pretty deep. Hey, Chris. Finally home from dinner. Hope it was a good one. I never run Legends with magnets. 5 gram weight behind the motor, and they are amazing. Yeah, Harry, I think that the weight in this one is just in front of the motor. And mine weighs 77 grams. So just from a weight comparison. Christmas 2026. You must be talking about the C1s. Just subbed you, Mike. A little shop of hobbies. Great. Yep. DJ Patrick. What year is the C1 body style? 1953? Yes. 50. Was that the first year for the Vet? Yep. Thanks. Slightly mad. 53. You race at Mike's Miniature Motorland. Looks like the racing scene there in Australia is pretty big. Yeah, Chris. Hope you had a good day. Yes, I got it. Just setting up now. Nice. You're going to do some good stuff with that printer. Jamie, Chris P, is today your birthday? Yeah, it's Chris's birthday, it's Jamie's birthday, and it's Ian Douglas's birthday. So there's some good slot racers running born today. Did you go to the Ringwood swap meet? Oh, yeah. Greg, I can be patient. I have accumulated enough cars in the past 3 years to keep me busy for a couple of lifetimes. Yeah, Greg. Yeah, on the C1, I agree. I'm curious. I just want to see how good those cars are. I think they'll be fun. It'll be a fun class. And the fact that they've got other liveries coming really quick, that's really going to help. And then they've got a couple of other cars to run in that class. So I think it's going to be good. Paul says his is on Sunday. Nice. Who else? Love it. Bought 2 of Jamal's shirts this morning. Look great. Good price. Can't wait to finally change my shirt. Yeah, he does have some cool videos, Marty. He's got his track is really nice. He's a 124 scale guy. So Jamal, what I should do is I should send you my my NASCAR 124 to run some laps on. I run this on my wood oval, but that might be fun. Todd, I don't know if anybody caught the Monday rumblings from Todd, but it was good to see the puppy back in the video. Todd, she's sweet. That Jag is a monster. Yeah, it does look good. I agree. Green are spec tires for this race. Oh, okay. So that's why they're green. Gotcha. Those are the MR tires. Yeah. So they just cast them in green so they could So they know everybody's running the same thing. Question from Gary. That's a nice looking Jag. It is. I think it's a great body style. I thought that the car was had great detail, and they've done a nice job with that car. Yeah, that's cool. NorCal slot car scene, slim can, all in the Jag. Yeah, Jim usually does do a breakdown video of his tuning on his cars, so I imagine we'll get one after the race. He probably won't want to do it before the race. He's trying to win that thing. That's a hard no, Marty, on the tire conditioner at the WRE. Yeah, I didn't think you could use that, but it doesn't sound like you're going to need it, Greg, on the Polycar track. 22.5 flat 6 spec motor for this race. Green tires are NSR Super Grips for this race. Gotcha. Everything not specified is not allowed. Dickie, that's funny. We've been told that a few times, haven't we? Going down to North Wilkesboro next week for the All-Star race. Anyone else going? I forgot that was next week, Dusty. Dang. Eventually. That's what I figured, Jim. I would wait till after the scale auto race, Jim. You don't want to give all your secrets. George, we aren't going down till Wednesday this year. They changed the schedule. Float makes up for no suspension. Correct. Thanks, Jamie. Pat, I have both. What city does Marty live in? I live in Chillicothe, Ohio. Are you asking about the other Marty? I think he's over near Indianapolis. My mellow yellow is angle, but my other two are sidewinders. Pat, gotcha. That's a good question. I think my mellow yellow is an angle winder. Yep. It is an angle winder. Hey, DG. What's up, man? Great live stream with the boys last week. It was good stuff. I had to catch it after the fact, but I did catch it. I enjoyed it. Good stuff. Okay, what else? Jalen, ordered from Goo Slots back in 2020 before COVID. Got them nice and good. Bought the man. You can stick him into any car that's missing a man. Oh, gotcha. I think a few of us should get together in the States here and go to Marty's track for a meetup and race weekend. Ryan, I believe I'm a long drive from you, buddy, here in Ohio. But we have talked about that numerous times. I've talked to a handful of people about putting together some type of like slot car festival. The problem with what makes it so hard in the States is everything is so spread out. So, I mean, you'd have to get, it's not like you can drive. It's plane tickets to get to most places. And so something centrally located at a city that already has a great track, or be able to set up a track someplace. But I agree, it would be fun. And yeah, we could host it here. I don't know what my wife would think. 100 guys show up, but we'd figure out something. Yeah, the legends are a lot of fun. Chris, I'm always I'm always game to head on Dunham Marty's. Yeah, it's been a while, Chris. Oh yeah, Ryan, I agree. I would love, um, I would love to figure out how to get to some other people's tracks. I love going to visit and trying new layouts. And it's funny, like because of my channel, I get invites to tracks all the time. People are like, "Hey, if you're ever in my area, stop by. It'd be great." And so I need to start taking people up on that and doing videos from each of these because there are some great layouts out there. Guys have some fantastic spaces with here in the States with their home tracks. Just normal tire prep with 0 grains, not over treating them past the initial treatment, just cleaning. Very good. Thanks, John. So I will order some tonight and try them on one of these cars. So yeah, well, so Ryan, about a year ago, I was trying to put together a race and set up my track someplace else here in Chillicothe. And I talked to a handful of places, and I think I've got a couple spots that would work. One spot was great, but it didn't have any parking. Another spot had lots of parking, but no, like the space was kind of a mess. And so I'm still working on that, but it would be cool to host something here in Chillicothe. We've got some good restaurants, a cool downtown area. We've got some hotels here. We got like 50 Airbnbs just in the downtown area. And so it's a cool little space. It's a cool little town. It's not a big town, but it's cool and it's pretty easy to get to. You could fly into Columbus, fly into Cincinnati, fly into Dayton, and you're an hour and a half or less, depending on where you fly. Cincinnati's the furthest. It's 2 hours away, but Dusty lives 20 minutes away. Yeah, I agree. It would be fun. We can always make something happen, Ryan. If you ever find your way to the Midwest, man. Did you ever try swapping the magnet around? Don't, believe me. Okay. Yeah, I haven't ran magnets in my cars in a while, Steve. Because the tracks we run don't allow them. Yeah, this is a fun layout. The 4-lane is a lot of fun. You get a lot of side-by-side racing. Really enjoy it. The C1 was 53 to 62. Thanks, Dusty. I thought that it was 8 or 9 years. I couldn't remember how long. MRC1 body style is 1960. The quad headlights that ran at Le Mans in 62. There you go. Love drifting those legends. Hey, Daryl. Hard to get an invitation to Marty's. It's pretty exclusive, it seems. Daryl, my wife changed her plans, which ruined my whole race weekend. Daryl, you know you can come up anytime. I think, will I be running laps this Sunday? Possibly. Sorry about that, Daryl. Hey, Gary. It's going great this week. We're having a good week. Yep, C1 5862. Hey, John Mark. Ryan, don't listen to Daryl. It's not exclusive. I just don't host a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, that was the one that MRSLOTCAR is releasing is the 1960. Yep. That is a sweet car. You won't get it back. What, the NASCAR? You said you like 124. The 132nd scale is this is a brass chassis that I built. It's a fun car. It's fun on the oval for sure. Daryl giving me a hard time. It's all right, Daryl. Ernest says, I thought about doing a U.S. slot car meetup like Comic Con, wherever like to meet Gatlinburg, Tennessee, or something like that. Yeah, we were looking at lots of different places. We thought maybe like Buffalo, because then it would be easy for some of the Canadian guys to drift down in and meet up too. We thought maybe Pittsburgh, Columbus, someplace in the Midwest, Indianapolis. Ernest, you're in. Well, let's see, you're Gatlinburg. It's about a 5.5, 6 hour drive from here. It's not too bad. Legends with a magnet generate over 200 grams of magnetic downforce. Yeah, they've got a lot of mag downforce. Yep, that would be fun, Ernest. I think it would be great to have something like that. See, I think if you planned it around like a nationals race, so like in Michigan, with the Eastern Nationals, they did a swap meet at the same time. And I think that, I don't know if people just didn't know enough about the swap meet. But I think you could partner with an event that's already happening. And then it would be cool because then you would have some racing and you'd have a chance to meet up with people. And yeah, Ernest, I agree. I think the UK Slot Festival, there's all kinds of events that we miss out on here in the States. And Dave Kennedy's talked about it a lot, that it's difficult because of this, how big the United States are and how spread out. And it's difficult to get people into one location. So you almost have to do it in a couple different locations, then it becomes more of a regional thing, and then it's maybe not as well attended. So like with the UK Slot Festival, the countries are so close. So you pull from all over Europe because it's so tight and densely populated, and there's a lot of slot car people there. So that's the advantage they have. I would love to go over to the UK Slot Festival. It's cool that is really taking off and keeps growing each year after year. But I agree, it would be awesome to have. Hey, Tom, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, so some of the things that I did on my Three Amigos Challenger, I gotta order tires. So when I order these NSR tires, I'm going to order the tires I need and the wheel for the wheels that I have for this that George sent me. But some of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this chassis a little lower. And right now, if I go too low, you can see something that they've fixed in future, like in the present. This is an early prototype. I'm going to get those screw heads down further into the chassis so I can get this lower. But this car keeps getting faster and faster, and I don't know if I'm breaking in the motor or what, but I keep getting closer and closer to comparable times of some of my faster cars. So I'm not in the 6 seconds, but I'm like right there around the 8 second mark with that car. And that's really, really good. And so I've got some ideas on how to lighten get some of the weight down a little bit in the car, but having a blast with this car. So George, I know that Harry posted a filament print video that they're doing for the chassis and the motor pods using the filament printers. And I know that they've just done a bunch of improvements on these cars. So this is an early prototype, still a blast, but I know that you guys have got the newer ones, are really, really happy with it. Shotgun Dave and George, Area 51, and Harry at Home Racing World, guys are killing it. And they're giving us cars that nobody else is making. And so that's pretty cool. What else? Yeah. Yeah, DG, I love trying to catch as many, but you guys know how it is there's so much content right now. It's hard to keep up with everybody and create my own. And so I try to catch up when I can. If I catch it live, I love to, because I love being in the chat. It's just so much fun to be able to jump in the chat. So I try to catch them live when I can. But you guys are over there across the pond, and sometimes that gets tough. So like the fact that you're here this morning, our evening, tuning in, I appreciate that. But I know that it's hard for everybody. No magnets here either, Michael says, except for when they are new for a lap or two. Rob, thanks, you guys are killing my pocketbook on slot cars. Yeah, I know, Rob. So many choices. Again, I always say this. Hey, what's up? How are you, Shane? Hope you're doing well, man. I know you're at work too. Don't get in trouble. I only run magnets when I can on big wood tracks, and only with Legends. This is all new stuff I just picked up. We host never run magnets. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think you ran magnets at hosts, but some of those wood tracks magnets wouldn't help you there, would they? Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, Marty. He's getting his planting in. It's about the same time to plant here. So usually in a couple weeks, I'll put my peppers out. So yeah, Chris, 2 lines at the roast coffee location was one of the locations I was looking at. And then Trent, at that location, there was some issues that he was working through with the people who own the building that he leases from. So, but there's a couple of other spaces I think on a short term we could get for some kind of event. Harry asked, "How far are you from Charlestown, West Virginia?" There's a venue called Hellenbach, great track. Charlestown, I'm close. I'm 3 hours, 2.5 hours from Charleston, West Virginia. It's not too far. I'll have to look that up and see how close I am, Harry. I wasn't familiar with that track. I'm thinking of putting a small track on a small trailer for our town event coming up, trying to start a club. Yeah, Tom, I talk all the time about wanting to start a club. And it's just rent is crazy. I do have a 14-foot enclosed trailer that I could build some type of portable layout that was quick to set up, that I could take and do events, sort of like what Massimo and Raul are doing. Charlestown is a 6.5 hour drive. Okay. Different town. Charlestown. I'm closer to Charleston. But Tom, yeah, that's a good idea. I've thought about it. Actually 17 minutes away. Bloomington, Indiana for me. Another remote Hoosier location, many years in Cincy. Getting my DD281 controller this week. Nice. You'll be happy with that controller. You'll be happy with the DeFalco's good stuff. Gary, same here. Mario, I'm caught between Carrera and Policar. I like them both, but can only use one. Mario, I think, listen, I love my Carrera track. I love the layout. I think it looks great now that I've kind of done my things to it. But I think if I were going to buy again, if digital wasn't important to me, I would just straight up go polycar, because eventually it's going to have a digital system eventually. They keep teasing us with different lane changers that are supposed to be in production. So eventually that stuff will come out, and there will be digital available with polycar. It'll be a different chip. It'll probably be the oxygen system, but that's what we're doing. So, I think you can get a little more track in a smaller space with polycar, because there are some smaller turn radiuses and there's some bigger turn radiuses. So you have quite the option. So if you're building a 2-lane track, I kind of like the polycar, even though I haven't really raced on it. I think I would give it a try. But if you are smart and look around, you can find Carrera track for sale used, and you could pick up some track pretty cheap. So I wouldn't discount Carrera. I really like my Carrera track, but I'm able to run analog and digital, which is why I like it. But if I was going straight analog, I would probably go Polycar or Scale Auto. I probably wouldn't do Carrera again unless digital was important to me. Yeah, Ryan, I think you could. I've looked at a couple of options from a routed wood track, looking at something that is pretty easy to put together fairly quickly. Some of those old commercial tracks don't go together very quickly, but if you could create something that did, I think that would be a great option. The MR Tracks from Australia, Peter, I believe, reached out to me last week and said that he's coming to the Indianapolis 500, and he will be driving through my area and wants to meet up because he wants to show me their section track that they build. And so I'm super excited about that conversation because I've heard great things. I love some of the pictures I've seen online of his track, and I think that could be an option for that because it's modular. So, hey, Hank. So Jalen, on a wood track, you would have to use Magna braid. So you'd need magnetic braid. Hey, Warren. Thanks for jumping on, man. Appreciate you. I know you were racing tonight. I found my router jig to make 4-lane 124 track with a 5-foot radius. I can easily make changes for different lane spacing and radius. B-Rads. I built the same thing when I made my my wood oval. I sort of have a router jig that I can do curves and turns with and ovals. Yep, Drake, he is in the Bloomington area. That's right. Love the innovation. Too bad we cannot get someone to set up a track at like the Cleveland Slot Car Show. So the Cleveland Slot Car Show is always on a Sunday, and Sundays are tough for me in the mornings to get to Cleveland. But the Cleveland Slot Car Show does have they do it a couple times a year, and it has a lot of momentum. And it seems like it has a decent crowd of people that show up, and so you could build something around that. You're right, Daryl. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Take care, DJ. DG. Thanks, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Yeah, it's 9:24. I have not run any cars. We talked about it. I can flip over and run some laps. The only problem with that is I don't see the comments. So Check 1, 2. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to, let's run the Lola. My mic probably sounds weird because I got both these mics too close to each other. So we'll run some of the NSRs. And that's how we'll wrap up the show. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if you don't. Run a few laps with the Lola. Let me check the chat real quick. Can you guys hear me? All right. So, clean tires, run a few laps. So this is the NSR Lola. Running silicone tires, quick slicks. I'm running fast laps, which you guys can't see. Maybe I should move the other camera. I'm running the white lane, which tends to be my favorite lane to run, but I've been running the other lanes just to get some practice in. This is a great car. So if anybody else has bought the Lola, you did not make a mistake. This is a really good car. You can tell my tires are getting a little dirty, getting a little loose, but I think my lap times are still running pretty good. Pushed it a little too much. So yeah, I'm right there at 7.0, 7.1, 7.2, 7.1, 7.1, 7.1, 7.1, and then 1.69. And as the car warms up, it'll get a little faster. 7.1, 7.0. Oh, I had a good lap running. So, we're still doing all right. I don't know. Could open this up a little bit. Let's run the 908 a few laps, see if we can get it down into the 6.9s. Yeah, the 908 just gets through the S turns so good. Nines. Yeah, this is gosh, this is such a good car. So I will order some of those zero graining, and we'll do some testing. and I think it would be good. Boy, I've run a bunch of 6.9s with the 908. It would be good to test it on the Carrera and see how good it is on the Carrera track. Let's run the C8, and then we'll come back over and we'll close up the show. Let's see if we can get a 6.8 with the C8. It's a little cold down here tonight, so 6.9. Oh, 6.9. It's a little cold. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get them the 6.8s. But just a follow-up. I am on the DS PHN1 controller, and I am not going to lie. Now that I've spent some time with this thing, I love it. It's not that I don't like my Falco. I just do like the PHN1, especially with the two-finger trigger. I do need to get with Greg and get the. I've got the prototype. I'd like to get the finished, finalized version of it, because this one I'm starting to wear it out and it falls off. All right, last lap. Let's see what we get. Oh, yep, we got it a 6.8, 6.881. Here we go. So guys, there you go. There's some laps on the track. Hopefully you could see that. Let's go racing. See Ryan. Yep, let's go racing. But guys, we'll wrap things up tonight. It's 9:30. I appreciate you tuning in. Feel like I say this every week, I feel like we didn't accomplish much, but it was good to chat with you guys. It's great to see all the activity in the chat. I really appreciate your support of the stream, and hopefully you liked some laps on the track. And yeah, if anybody ever finds themselves near Chillicothe, Ohio, let me know, and we'll run some laps. So guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you. And don't forget, support the Three Amigos 3D printing. Get them at Slot Car Corner if you're interested in those kind of cars. And we got some proxy builds coming up, Home Racing World in July. So I've got to get some cars built. But I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And as always, go have some fun racing.